I got a better idea. No fucking way.
What the fuck, man? I just said, hey, you ready to do the show? And that's how you start things?
I got a better idea. No fucking way.
All right, somebody's a little bitchy. What the hell?
If I had a dick, this is where I'd tell you to suck it.
Oh my God, who invited Betty White? By the way, you're a national treasure. So sorry that you left us. Hey guys, how's it going?
What the fuck happened?
I don't know. I don't know. Anyway, hope you guys are having a great day. What's up? It's tough. I'm dumb. It's just one of those days. Hey, real quick, hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening or watching. You know what? I keep forgetting that, I need to make that note. Wherever you find podcasts or you're listening or watching, for some reason, I just always think of audio format. I guess that's because I came from the radio world, but I've been out of that realm for like 4 years now, basically. It's insane to think about. But yeah, wherever you're listening, wherever you're watching, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you like wherever you're the video or the audio thingy. Man, I am so technical. I don't mean to talk over your heads, but sorry. It's just a curse. I'm just so brilliant. Sorry.
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
Okay. Thank you for putting me in my place. Anyway, don't forget today's show is presented to you by Owl Pipe ID as well as Game Time PDR and, of course, Bet Online. Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting. From the earliest odds to in-game live betting, Bet Online provides you with all the action and the ability to watch the games as they happen. With the largest selection of odds on everything from football, NBA, and college basketball, NHL to UFC and MMA. Head to betonline.ag today to get in on the action with America's most trusted site for online wagering. It's Bet Online. The game starts here. Before we jump into the show, and hopefully you're not eating a bean burrito when I tell you this, okay? There's a quick reason. My dog, who the puppy, 9 months old, you can probably figure out where this is going, okay? We have an older dog who's like 9 years old, okay? I let them out this morning, and my puppy is notorious for eating shit. It's so disgusting. Big dog is dropping a load, okay? Little dog runs over there, sees what's happening, and sticks her head underneath his butt to try to get it as it falls. Because God forbid the shit actually touches the ground. Oh, it's so delicious. I don't want it to be tainted by the grass and the dirt. Ew, that'd be disgusting. What am I, a peasant? And I have to eat my shit off the ground? No, I like it straight from the source. It was disgusting. Again, my neighbors are probably going, what in the hell is going on? Because I'm saying, don't eat his shit. Like the dog knows what I'm saying. All she hears is, that's all she hears. I'm like the parents from Peanuts or Charlie Brown. Meanwhile, I'm going, don't eat the shit. Don't eat it. Oh, God dang it. Then I kind of run after her, and she's running. It looked like a big old fat stumpy cigar sticking out of her mouth, but it was just his turd. It's disgusting. And then to top it all off, 30 minutes later, I'm kind of forgetting about the fact that she just did what she did. And she's sitting next to me while I'm prepping for the show, and then she burps. Most disgusting smell ever. She's so fucking adorable. It's just the fact that she eats feces. Just, ugh. I don't know how many times I've told her, straight to her face, you are disgusting. You are a disgusting dog. And she just looks at me wagging her tail like, I can't wait to eat more shit. Oh, boy. You know what we need to do? Let's jump into some headlines.
Let's go! Let's go! And now, here are the headlines.
This is not something I want to see when I'm working out. unless I made a mistake. And then this could be a great, great way to get out of some trouble. What am I talking about? A deer ran through a Tennessee gym. But how does that make sense of what I just said? Well, the deer went into the locker room and took a shit everywhere. So I'm just saying, if you're one of those guys that like lost control of your bowels, hey, I'm just saying, blame it on the deer. Deer poo, though, is like little balls. They're like milk duds. That's what they are. There's like milk duds everywhere. So you can't, you just blame it on the deer, then get the fuck out of there if you're somebody that somehow lost control of your bowels. Apparently, this is the shit themed show. Didn't even realize it till just now. But what I'm saying is, that's gross. That's gross. At least it was a deer as far as it defecating in the locker room. Not that hard to clean up. If you've ever been out in the wilderness and you see a pile of deer poo, it's just like somebody just opened a box of milk duds, and that's what they are. Don't suggest eating them. I don't. Go ahead if that's what's on, going to float your boat. Whatever creams your Twinkie, okay, buddy? Go ahead. Eat that. You're going to vomit. They're not delicious. That's all I'm saying. It does remind me, though, of like when the kids were super little, my wife's aunt would come on Christmas Eve when the kids were asleep, and she'd put milk duds on the front step, on the front porch, so it looked like the reindeer, like shit everywhere. And then she would do the same thing for Easter, but instead of the milk dud type things, it would be jelly beans, but mostly the black ones. I think maybe it was just all the black licorice jelly beans. And what's funny is one time near the time when my daughter figured it out, I didn't help any by actually picking up one and eating it. Dad, did you just eat reindeer poop? I'm like, oh, damn it. Yeah, ugh, gross. And you wonder why my kids are messed up. Shit, man. I don't know. Hey, kids, it's fine to eat reindeer poo. It's magical. Makes you fly. That's gross. Anyway, yeah, so but here's the thing, like with the deer running into the gym, some people are like, what's the big deal? It's just a deer. A deer can fuck you up. It's not going to be easy to contain it. And there's a good chance if it kicks you, it's going to hurt, could slice you up a little bit. I don't know. I get it that they're smaller than elk. They're smaller than moose, but they will fuck you up. It's not going to be a pleasant encounter. But if you see a wild animal in the locker room, go ahead and take a shit on the floor. You're going to get away with it. Sir, there's two distinct piles. There's the deer poop that looks like milk duds, and then there's this. There's this. I don't know. It's a mystery. Must have been. And just run away. Run away. This is another example of art is stupid. I do not understand art for the most part. And if I'm an artist and I saw this, it would probably upset me unless I'm doing the same nonsense. A banana duct taped to a wall sold at auction for $6.2 million. We talked about when this art piece was first being put out there. The fact that it sold for $6.2 million at auction is a joke. Now, the person that bought it is a guy named Justin Sun, founder of cryptocurrency platform Tron. He purchased a certificate. This is what he gets for buying this piece of work that's going to expire. He has a certificate of authenticity that gives him the authority to duct tape a banana to a wall and call it this art piece that is known as the Comedian. That's ridiculous. That's insulting. That's insulting to anybody out there that actually puts in effort to their art pieces. The person that made this art piece is a scammer. But that being said, brav freaking oh. Holy crap. You just spent a total of maybe $1 on product for your art piece, and you just made $6.2 million on it. You have a piece of duct tape that is attached to a bigger roll of duct tape. So it's not even like you used the whole thing of duct tape, just like, 8 inches worth ish. And then you have a banana. You can just go buy a banana by itself at the grocery store. You're spending roughly $1 on this for materials, and you can stick it to any wall. How fascinating and how ridiculous is this? Ridiculous. The fact that anybody with enough money can buy the rights to this piece of art and they can duplicate it without any actual experience and chalk it up to, this is a $6.2 million piece of art that I just put up there. Oh, you literally just went to the market down there, bought a banana, got that duct tape out of the back of your car and put it up on this wall. Yeah. Hopefully nobody steals it. No, that's ridiculous. If you're an artist and you're listening to this, I would love to know, does that irritate you? Because I see people that are true artists, they're painters, they're sculptors, excuse me. And there's so many other different forms of artists out there. That has to be insulting to you, because it is to me. And I'm not an artist. Like, that's a joke. That's a joke to the art world. And what an idiot for spending that kind of money. Imagine going over to his house, be like, guys, we got to go over to Justin's house. He said he bought some new art, and it's making headlines everywhere. Whoa, shit, let's go over to Justin's house. Go over there and be like, okay, guys, here's my art. Be like, Justin, that's a fucking banana duct taped to your wall. I know. Isn't it fabulous? No. The fuck, man? What happens when it rots out? Yeah, I'll just buy a new one. Huh. All right. So dumb. Ridiculous. I mean, how do you, as your friend, if your friend does that, what are you going to say to him?
No offense, but you are a stupid asshole.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. My God. Imagine not telling your significant other you just spent that kind of money on the worst art piece ever known. What a joke. The fact that it's called The Comedian, it makes it even funnier, because it's like, well, yeah, no shit. Because whoever bought this is being laughed at. Okay? Like a stand-up comedian. Only in this sense, it's because you're a moron. Geez. Speaking of morons, this is going to bug some people because it's here in Colorado. But a Douglas County school bus driver told Denver 7 that he was covering an unfamiliar route when he dropped off 40 children at the wrong stop in Castle Rock. But he recognized he could have done better. Yeah, no shit, you could have done better. How about doing your job and dropping them off in the right spot? And don't give me this nonsense of, oh, it's an unfamiliar route. How about this? You do some prep work before you start your shift. Guys, I'm not really sure. Okay, let me just map this out, write it down, make some notes. How about, you're an older fella, okay? This guy's, I don't know, he had like white hair. So take some notes, okay? You don't have to put it in your little fancy cellular phone, your little mobile phone, huh? You don't have to do that. You can just write it out. Get an old school map. I don't care. But that's ridiculous. The kids were fine. I haven't heard anything negative happened to the kids. But, depending on their age, I mean, that can, kind of freak them out a little bit. They'll be fine. But it's not like he drove them, like they're in Castle Rock. It's not like he made a trip like 30, 40 minutes north up into Denver. And he's just like, hey, let's go right next to Coors Field. I hear there's some really shitty streets over here. All right, kids, get the fuck out. That's wild. I believe he was fired for that. So he claims that he didn't tell the kids to get off. They just all got off at once. But the kids are saying No. That's bullshit. He told us all to get out. It's wild. I wouldn't be happy about it, depending. I mean, that's kind of scary for some of the kids, especially the young ones. Okay, it's a dick move. Dick move. Speaking of dick move, this lady bought a rosin necklace from Temu, and then when she got it, she realized it was a smelly dog's tooth, is what she said. Well, that's what you get for buying shit online. I get it. You shouldn't have to worry about what you pay for. If somebody says it's something, it should be that. But let's be honest here. People are scumbags and they'll dick somebody over. But I would not be expecting a smelly dog's tooth if I bought like a cute, as she wrote, cute resin necklace. I mean, come on, man. I was watching a documentary last night in regards to the impact of Amazon and how they make it so convenient for people to buy things now, which you already know. But when you think about how before Amazon, if you wanted to go to the store, you would get in your car, drive to the store, walk through the aisles, find what you want, go to the checkout, get to your car, and then drive home. There's a lot of steps in there. But now it's like I could be on the, using the restroom and just buy a whole bunch of shit. Next day or a couple days later, it's at my door. I don't even have to leave my house. That's how convenient it is. And kind of in regards to like this necklace is it's a cheap product. It's essentially false advertising. But what they brought up on this documentary is that companies don't build things to last on purpose so they can stay relevant, so they can get more customers in, and they're banking off of this. They're making so much money. There's clothing lines that come out with new apparel once a month, whereas it used to be like once a season or once a year type of thing. Now they're doing it once a month. Why? Because people are buying shit. It's so easy. They wear it a couple times and then they either throw it away or they donate it. The amount of waste that is created because of Amazon and Amazon alone is insane. I need to go back through that documentary and take some notes because it's wild the amount of, well, just even like look at it from a software perspective when it comes to computers or cell phones. Apple, they don't make those things to last. Samsung, they don't make those to last. No. They're anticipating that you're going to get a new phone once every year or two. If you're able to hold on to a cell phone for more than, say, 3 years, that's pretty impressive nowadays. And some of you can do it. I want to say I've been able to do it, but that being said, there's times where my phone just like glitches out and I'm like, fuck, I don't want to buy a new phone. I don't. But they purposely do that so you're going to continue to spend their money with you. That's the way it is. There's no stability financially if you make a sturdy product, because let's say you make lawnmowers that just are going to last you 20 years like they used to. Well, once everybody has a lawnmower, then what? Well, then you're out of business. That's what ends up happening, and that's where the business model is all screwy. And they do that nonstop. I believe it was I could be wrong on these numbers, but it is close. The amount of credit card debt in the United States is right around $1.3 trillion. And on average, each person in the United States holds 2 credit cards. That's the average. We have a spending problem. We have a waste problem. And then going back to the necklace, what ends up happening is the distribution of the product. The product is crap. So that's just, you got to be careful what you buy, especially if it's like from some small dealer. Like who fucking knows what you're gonna get? Oh, it's a dog tooth. What the fuck? Oh, and it smells. Because if it didn't smell, maybe I'd wear it. Is that a dog tooth? The fuck? You're what? You're weird. I like you. You're weird. Anyway, that is bizarre. Yeah, just think about that next time. Just how easy it is to spend, and it's like, do I really need it? And is it going to be something that's going to last? Because a lot of things just don't last. I talk about a lawnmower. I inherited my dad's lawnmower. It was over 30 years old, and it was a Sears company, and that was before Sears was officially done. The Sears is officially done, I believe, but it was before they officially were done. It was like, say, 5-10 years ago. I called them and I said, I need a replacement part, whatever this particular thing was. And they're like, kudos to you for holding on to that piece of machine, but we don't make those, and there's no replacement parts for those anymore. I'm like, shit, man, that sucks. And it was just like one simple thing that, like, if they made it, it wouldn't have been a problem. I probably could have figured out a way to rig it, but I didn't. But that thing was built to last. There's no money in that. There's no money in building things to last. It's ridiculous. Fuck. So annoying. You know what's good, though, that will put you in a good mood? If you go over to owlpipeid.com, go there right now. I'm going to tell you how to get 30% off your order. Owl Pipe ID. Yeah, I know you want the owl sound. Caw-caw, caw-caw. Ah, nailed it again. Anyway, Owl Pipe ID makes decals that are industrial quality and made for the trades at a lower price than you're going to find at the big online sticker retailers who are selling you a lower quality sticker. Owl Pipe ID are in mechanical rooms throughout the city, helping plumbers identify what's flowing through the pipe. But they also make promotional stickers for breweries, cannabis shops, retailers, schools, and podcasters. You're welcome. As well as laminated signage for equipment companies. If you need some wall signage for your reception area or shop, Owl Pipe ID can do that as well. Owl Pipe ID, it's based right here in Inglewood, Colorado. All of their stickers are made on premium industrial vinyl with UV-baked ink. That means they're protected from sunlight for 7 years. If you're still unsure, okay, that's fine. Ray is going to work with you and send you some free samples of your logo or artwork. Just go to Owl Pipe ID, click on that big red button, request a quote. Tell Rhea what your project is. She's going to respond quickly. And you can email her directly if you'd like to do that. sales@owlpipeid.com. Include in the email my exclusive promo code, DAHUFF, and you're going to get 30% off your first order worth $5,000 or less. Go ahead, check them out at owlpipeid.com. Apparently, this is all alleged, but I assume that there's some truth in this. And to be honest, yeah, it kind of makes sense. Apparently, Aaron Rodgers wants a political career once he retires from the NFL, and he has zero interest in being a TV analyst. I kind of like that in the sense because I'm sick and tired of so many people that are former athletes that are, they're an analyst job. And there's a good chunk that are good, but there's a good chunk that aren't. So, every time, Aaron Rodgers says something negative on an NFL broadcast, people would just be freaking.
You done messed up, Aaron!
Yeah, you done messed up, Aaron. No, I'm glad. But that being said, political career, I mean, he's the classic guy that thinks he's the smartest guy in the room, and he might be very intelligent. I get it. But he just comes off like a prick. And no. But hey, whatever. Who knows what ends up happening? He's having a shit year with the Jets. There's a chance he might continue on. He needs to fucking retire. He's just like that Brett Favre who just can't give it up. But I hope Aaron Rodgers retires at the end of this season. He's not going to go anywhere and make an impact, a positive one. So, fuck off, Aaron. Jesus Christ. Just learn to say when. Just say goodbye. You don't need to be playing in the NFL anymore. My God, it's so freaking irritating. You know what we need to do right now? Let's jump into some sports.
Going deep, tight ends and long balls. No, it's not an invitation to a Diddy party.
Oh, gross!
It's sports with the Huff.
Well, he's done it again. Yesterday, we were talking about how Bo Nix of the Denver Broncos, the rookie quarterback, was named AFC Offensive Player of the Week. Well, today, it was announced that Bo Nix was named NFL Rookie of the Week. So congratulations to him, just adding to his, amazing rookie season and his fight to become Rookie of the Year. Who knows? There's a long way to go. There's a long way to go. And to be honest, he hasn't had the greatest season, but he's turning things around. He's evolving as the season goes on, and that's great. But looking ahead to this weekend's game, the Broncos take on the Raiders in Las Vegas. Raiders are on a 6-game losing streak. Raiders are playing like shit. They are not doing well at all. But that doesn't mean that this is going to be an easy game for the Denver Broncos. It's a division game. And you know how that goes. They can amp up their play. Be like, if we win any game, it's going to be against our division rivals. So that's what the Broncos have to watch out for. The Broncos need to go into this game and have dominance, have the overwhelming just urge to just crush them. That's what needs to happen. You cannot give the Raiders an inch. You do not want to be embarrassed by the Raiders because everything good that's been happening, like we were just talking about Bo Nix, that's going to go right down the toilet. Go in there and you have to dominate. And to help, the Las Vegas Raiders are last in the NFL for rushing. They are terrible on the ground. That's good going against this Denver Broncos defense, who will dominate that. To make it worse for the Raiders, the Las Vegas Raiders have allowed 33 sacks this season. In comparison, the Denver Broncos have allowed 18 sacks. That's still not good. But the fact that they have 33 sacks given up, that's good news. That's blood in the water for the Denver Broncos defense. Gardner Minshew, he's slinging the rock for the Raiders. He's prone to making mistakes because he's that classic gunslinger mentality. He can either kill you or he can fuck himself over. And last time he played against the Denver Broncos, Patrick Surtain had that pick six, 100 yards against Gardner Minshew. So listen, I understand it's a division game. You got to be on your toes. You don't know how it's going to go. But ultimately, I'm putting my money on the Denver Broncos. I'm going to say it's going to be 31-14 Denver. That's the way I see this one going down. But you can't let up. You can't let up. It's the Raiders. You don't want to be embarrassed by them. And you go in there and you just snuff them out. As crude as that sounds, you cannot give them a fucking inch. Well, this was interesting. JuJu Lewis, the number 2 overall high school recruit, according to ESPN, was on the Pat McAfee Show this morning, and he announced where he wants to commit for college.
So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Julian JuJu Lewis will be playing football for whom next year, brother?
I will be continuing my athletic and academic career at
Here we go. Full speed.
the University of Colorado.
All right. So that's good news if you're a CU Buff fan. Assuming that that's enough for Deion Sanders to stick around because we know that that's lingering. He said Deion's coming out. He's been on all these shows saying, why would I leave Boulder? Well, the reason why he would leave Boulder is because his two main attractions, his main reasons for being there, Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter, well, they're going to go in the draft and they're going to be gone. So does he have enough incentive to stay at CU? Well, hopefully JuJu Lewis, committing to CU and assuming that I know that he's the number 2 overall high school recruit, according to ESPN. But until you do something on the college ranks, that doesn't really mean shit. And so we'll see. We'll see. It's going to linger in the back of our heads for the longest time on whether Deion stays here or not. Who was it? Michael Irvin said that he's all, if Dallas somehow drafts Shedeur Sanders, that it would be enticing and possibly a game changer for Deion Sanders to follow him. I asked last week about the idea of if Deion was the head coach for Shedeur in the pros, would that be an issue in the locker room? And I believe Chad Brown said yes, it would be. Who else? Brandon Stokely and Mark Schlereth essentially said if he plays well, then it's not a problem. But if he plays like garbage, yeah, then it's a problem. So those are, I think it would be a bad move if Deion followed his son. There's just a point in every person's life where they have to cut that cord. And he can't constantly be, cradling his son and following him around. He can't do that. Let his son do his own thing. Let him cut his own path. I know that as a parent, you just want to be there and make sure nothing bad happens to your kid. I get it, but that I think that would be terrible to do to Shedeur, if that makes sense. We'll see. And hopefully this JuJu Lewis coming to Colorado is going to cement the idea in Deion's head that Colorado is indeed the best choice for him and that he plans on coaching there for a long, long time. Taylor Knibb had to tell her T100 crew not to film her from the back end. See if you can understand why.
I just shit myself, so can you not get my ass? Thank you. Sorry.
She just shit herself, and she is the most polite person in the world. She's doing like this triathlon. She shits herself, and then her camera crew's there, and she's like, "Can you not shoot me? I just shit my pants."
I just shit myself, so can you not get my ass? Thank you. Sorry.
I'm sorry if I just shit my ass and there's somebody right there. I wouldn't be nice about it. I'd be like, I just shit my pants. Oh my God, don't you dare get me from the back. It's probably really gross. She won that race. Good for her. Good for her. Shitty pants and all. I don't understand the appeal of doing a sport like that where the likelihood of you defecating yourself is pretty high when you're doing any sort of marathon or whatever triathlon type of stuff. I mean, there's a good chance you're going to poop yourself. No, thank you. Imagine if that was like your job. Be like, oh my God, you don't get a bathroom break, not until you're done with this, big project. Be like, oh my God. Then you shit yourself. Be like, oh, dang it. And then, your boss would be like, good for you. You pooped yourself. That means you're really trying hard. No, it doesn't work in the real world. Sports is just so unique and twisted that way. There's like nothing in on this planet that would make me go, it's okay to poop myself. There's nothing. This is the most awkward transition I'm sorry, Game Time PDR. I'm sorry. Hey, listen up, Denver. Remember this name, Game Time PDR. I know some of you got hit by those crazy hailstorms back in May, but you know what? If maybe you're, for one reason or another, decided I need to wait for the end of hail season, or you're just pushing it off, who knows? But you know Denver, especially if you've been here for the past 5 years, we've been getting hit with hailstorms all the freaking time, and it's just going to continue on. And the hard part is, how do I get that fixed with a trustworthy repair shop? Well, guess what? The team at Game Time PDR in Denver, they're your local trustworthy shop. They specialize in paintless dent repair, which saves you the integrity on your vehicle and restores the value back into your vehicle. To celebrate the end of hail season and all those procrastinators out there, they're offering a $200 gift card just to get your vehicle fixed. Game Time PDR has an expert claims specialist on staff that is going to take the hassle out of dealing with the insurance claims and make it a seamless process. Game Time PDR is going to pay your deductible up to $1,000, but they need to see the vehicle in order to qualify. They're able to pay your deductible because they work and advocate for the customers first before the insurance company. Game Time PDR's expertise and experience are unmatched. They have over 30 years of experience in the industry, and they have some of the best technicians in the world. Call Anthony right now, 303-955-8200 to schedule an evaluation. It's Game Time PDR, the MVP in dent repair. You know what we need to do right now? Let's jump into the mailbag.
Mailbag. You've got mail.
This comes in from the Garbage Man. He said, if the Denver Broncos had a reality TV show, would the Denver media cast themselves as the wise, all-knowing commentators? Or would they prefer to be the dramatic sideline drama stirrers? And what would the title of the show be? That's interesting to think about. I think, based off of everybody I've ran into, I think that they would try to cast themselves without fully admitting it, that they're the wise, all-knowing type individuals. That's the way I see it. The media members are very full of themselves. They think that they are all-knowing. They see things. You know, a lot of them never played a lick of downs in sports. Some of them have. But, you know, they're sitting there and be like, based on the analytics, this is what should be happening. See, told you. I don't think they would want to be the dramatic sideline drama stirrers, but I guess maybe some of them would be. But I think that's the way it would go. As far as the title of the show, that's actually difficult. And I was trying to think of something goofy, but like, you know, Mile High would be in there, like Mile High Madness. And then it's like, you know, the reality show of blah, blah, blah. Or Mile High Life. That would be fascinating. Okay. Or Buck You. Because they're Broncos. Get it? A bucking Bronco. Bucking Broncos are crazy. Crazy. I know bull riding gets a lot of the drama, gets a lot of the attention, I should say. But bucking Broncos are just as bad, if not worse, because they're just longer, a little bit. I feel like they're a little bit more agile. Both are dangerous as shit, but those, no, thank you. No, thank you. Sorry, I just derailed.
What the fuck?
I said I was sorry. Oh, and then Garbage Man followed up with, hey, does this remind you of anyone? And the article is, actress ripped for doing full body workout in the middle of an airplane aisle. She's some former Mexican soap opera actress turned influencer. Big shock. But she was like doing full on workouts. It wasn't like she's like, I'm doing a few lunges, then I'm going to sit down. Apparently she was like doing full on workouts. That's annoying as shit.
Right, as always.
I mean, what do you say to that? Like, people, like, how self-centered are you? You think people give a shit about you on the plane? Like, everybody else is going to stop what they're doing so you can get your fucking burn on. No, I don't care how long your flight is. I understand if it's a long flight, you need to get up, stretch your legs. That's fine. That makes sense. They encourage that on long flights, but they don't encourage you to be a dickhead and do butterfly squats and burpees and whatever else that you want to do on this flight. Nobody wants to see that. Nobody gives a shit about you, and fuck you. She has like millions of followers too. And they're probably like, oh, you go, girl. You own that plane. Get your work on. Get it, get it, get it. No. Such a dick move. It's like nobody fucking cares. Oh, such just influencer, just another reason to hate influencers. And another reason why I'll never be in that category, because I can't do that stuff. There's been times where somebody will be like, hey, Huff, you should do, say something similar to that. I'm like, no, I'm not gonna. No, I can't. I just can't do it. That's not my thing. I do my thing. You do yours. Now, you might be a lot more popular than me. That's fine. But I know at the end of the day that I didn't have a whole plane filled with people that wanted to kick my ass because I was doing, random, jumping jacks or whatever, sit-ups and push-ups. My God, that's so frustrating. So frustrating. But listen, I get it. You're all about, you're fully committed to the gig. You're fully committed to it. And I can't do that. I just imagine being on there, and if I started doing, whatever, lunges or whatever, people would be yelling at me.
Why you fucking hard on?
You're like, why are you calling me? Oh, it's because I have a hard on. I get it.
You have a massive erection.
How did it go from me working out to I'm standing in the middle aisleway of a plane with a massive erection? Oh, good times. Reminds me of my school days where that thing would go off at random. Like, whoa. What happened? We were learning about, some miscellaneous war. And I started thinking, my mind started wandering. And then next thing I know, I'm coming home from the war and bang, bang, bang. That's the way it was back in the day. Like, as a kid, like it would go off in history class. It would go off in science class, language arts. Doesn't matter. That thing would just go off. Anyway, it got weird. It did. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button wherever you're listening or watching. Hit it. Get a like on there as well. And thank you guys so much for tuning in. Do really appreciate it. Big thanks to Owl Pipe ID as well as Game Time PDR. And, of course, Bet Online. Go to betonline.ag. It's the Huff Uncensored. You guys are amazing. Have a great day. Let's continue to move forward. I'll talk to you next time.